y'all, it's Russell back with Gwinnett Lawns and beautiful, well, it's probably going to rain, Atlanta, Georgia. Today is, what is today? It's April the 7th, 2023, and it's Good Friday. So I am going to tell you guys a little story here. Well, it's not a little story. I messed up. So let me tell you exactly what happened. If you don't maintain your mower properly and you don't do everything that the mower needs to keep running properly, you're gonna have issues, right? I'm very big on maintenance. I'm very big on keeping up with it. But I even screw up from time to time. So the Trimstar here has 426.8 hours. And the last couple of weeks, it's starting to take a little longer to start when it cranks. And I'm getting just a tiny bit of black smoke puff out. Sometimes that can be indicative of a clogged air filter, which I am very, very religious on keeping clean. But let me tell you two things that I failed to do. It just slipped my mind. Number one, spark plugs. Now on this Kawasaki FS 600V, you're supposed to do the plugs annually or around 300 hours. Obviously I've gone over. Now this plug doesn't look horrible. It's got a little bit of carbon on it, but I'm going to be replacing both of them with brand new NGKs. And the other thing that actually made the mower cut off on me at least once a day lately, it'll just be idling and then it just stalls out. This $7 part can strand you on the job site. So I was noticing that as the, this is not supposed to always be completely full of fuel, but it is supposed to have some fuel in there. And I noticed a couple times when it stalled out that there was no fuel in here. Guys, you gotta change these, okay? Also, this is annually or 300 hours. These aren't expensive. They're very easy to do. You can see the factory one right there. But this, a bad spark plug will make the engine run bad. It's not good for it. This will strand you. And several times, I was sitting there looking like an idiot because mower just cut off. And I just happened to look down and say, okay. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and change the plugs. I'm gonna change the fuel filter and we'll see how it runs. Just so you know, these spark plugs are supposed to be gapped at 30 thousandths. And it looks like they're completely fine out of the box. And the size, if you know, is size of the socket is 13/16. All right, so to do the fuel filter, it's very easy. I'm going to reach under the tank. There is a shut-off valve. Then I'm going to press the spring clamps on both sides. There should be an arrow on the filter that denotes the flow of fuel. You're probably not going to be able to see the fuel flow in there. Let me see if I put this light here. So, I guess that this is the way it should be. Hopefully the video's doing it justice. So, with the old fuel filter, even though there's not a lot of chunks of debris, and I say chunks, you know, I don't know, this is maybe 10 microns or so. It's, you know, it could be that there's just fine 10 micron stuff, and that's just tiny. You wouldn't be able to see it. But if the whole surface area is pretty full, then it is going to impede the flow. So just because we can't see it with our naked eye, I guess the moral of the story is change your fuel filter when you're supposed to, right? So it should always be like that. You know, there's just a little bit of space where there's no fuel, but yeah, that clearly was the issue. Okay, so I'm gonna call that good. So the moral of this story is change your fuel filter and your plugs annually or every 300 hours. Most of these Kawasaki engines, I'm pretty sure that's the maintenance interval. All right, well anyway, I'm gonna call this good, and we're going to just relax today. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope it don't let that $7 part leave you stranded in the customer's yard. And I will talk to you guys on the next one.